Hi, I'm Maya.
I'm Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sam, and positive psychology is the study of actions that people can take in order to enable themselves to improve their quality of life.
Learning about the various topics we will discuss in a minute will provide you with the tools needed not only to face challenges that COVID 19 has brought, but using this experience to grow as a person.
PERMA stands for positive emotions, engagement, positive relationships, meaning, and accomplishment, which through the application of these tools can help people live a life of meaning and fulfillment.
Martin Seligman, the creator of positive psychology, founded this field after realizing the field of psychology only focused on mental illness, as well as the challenges that people encounter throughout their lives. There was a lack of focus on positive well being, which inspired him to create positive psychology as a separate field.
So the three topics we're going to discuss today are hedonic versus eudaimonic well-being, positive relationships, and flow and mindfulness.
Hedonic happiness focuses on how boosting your happiness through short-term things such as pleasure and attainment consistently can contribute to your well-being on a short term. However, happiness by nature must be maintained with lots of short-term actions that boost it. Hedonic happiness works kind of like a ball rolling up a hill. You can go as high as you want, but the ball will always return back to the base of the hill. Hedonic happiness can be a double-edged sword. While happiness doesn't last forever, this is also true in reverse. You can experience extreme sadness, but a mentally healthy person will always return back to their base. Eudaimonic happiness, however, focuses on more long-term well-being. Well-being is different than happiness because with superficial happiness, as previously mentioned, does not last forever. However, through achieving well-being, a person can find an internal happiness that is lifelong. Some of the many ways to achieve eudaimonic well-being can be by helping family and friends, volunteering, or giving back to communities in need. With eudaimonic well-being, a person can find a purpose through finding a sense of belonging, meaning, generosity, and gratefulness. Eudaimonic happiness is mostly about building habits which over time contribute to a happy, healthier, more in tune life which never leaves.
The next topic is positive relationships, which can be fostered through one, high quality connections, and two, active constructive responding. So, a high quality connection is when two people are able to have an experience of trust, positivity, and engagement. Both of the people must be fully involved. And while a high quality connection can exist in a long standing relationship, there are oftentimes brief moments where the two ends of the encounter feel a heightened sense of engagement. High quality connections can be fostered by being respectful, listening, trusting, and learning. Challenge yourself to try and create a high quality connection with either someone you know or don't know by being authentic, a good communicator, accommodating, and sharing feedback and learning goals. There are four main response types to how you give feedback or response to people. However, there's only one that furthers positive emotions instead of repressing them. This is the joy multiplier, which is a form of active constructive responding. When using this response style, you are present, engaged, enthusiastic, and curious, and you share in the person's joy rather than diminishing it. So the two topics mentioned help to create positive relationships, which can be extremely beneficial for high school students and is especially relevant to COVID-19. High school is an opportunity to make new friends and relationships and expand your social circle, and fostering positive relationships can make the high school experience much less stressful. When people are able to positively interact and help each other, both will benefit. Additionally, with the coronavirus, more people than ever are feeling isolated and secluded. But by fostering positive relationships, people can maintain and even create new friendships and help them during this pandemic.
If you have ever experienced a time when you felt in the zone, you have experienced a state of flow. Flow occurs when you are completely engaged in the present moment, allowing you to push aside other distractions, maintaining focus on a specific activity. Flow theory began in the 1970s when Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, a Hungarian psychologist, created this psychological term and described it as a highly focused mental state that allows one to be productive. There are 5 main aspects to consider when achieving a state of flow. The first being intrinsic motivation, meaning that you do it because it is naturally satisfying rather than doing it because you are forced to. Secondly, you need to have a distinct sense of progress and establish goals. You need clear and instant feedback so that you know what to improve on to maintain that sense of focus. Along with this, the task should be challenging so that you are truly able to test your limits and improve. According to researchers, if the task is too easy, one may experience boredom and lose their state of flow. Whereas if the challenge is too difficult to overcome, it becomes stressful and one may become overwhelmed, losing their intrinsic motivation. Lastly, a state of flow requires intense focus on the present moment. One of the many pathways to flow includes practicing mindfulness, which can be described as being intentionally aware of your surroundings in the present moment. The three main components of mindfulness include intention, attitude, and observation. By practicing mindfulness with intention, it allows the activity to be intrinsically rewarding, and by coming to it with an open mind and positive mindset, it can be easier to engage in a state of flow. There are many different ways to follow mindfulness, and it is not limited to one specific practice. For example, one could participate in a guided meditation or even go on a mindful walk where you are observing the scenery and being in touch with your surroundings. Being in high school, it can be difficult to achieve a state of flow, especially when you are stressed about the amount of work you have, and it can start to feel stressful. However, when teachers create a classroom environment that incorporates flow theory, students will be more engaged in their work. Some of the many ways to create this environment is by embracing student choice, minimizing distractions, and monitoring progress. Implementing these strategies allows students to feel interested in their schoolwork and gives them an opportunity to engage in flow.
So now that I have learned about high quality connections, I am more inclined to try and make them and be more engaged when interacting with strangers. Whether it be the Starbucks barista or the woman helping me at Target, I think I am now friendlier and more willing to try and make a more meaningful connection with them.
For me, positive psychology has helped me realize the importance of positivity. Looking at things from a positive perspective helps promote gratefulness, mindfulness, and overall well-being. This class has helped me figure out the benefit of positivity, helping me to realize psychology doesn't have to be about the bad. There's a lot of good to it as well.
Positive psychology has made me more aware and in touch with my emotions. I've been able to utilize the things that I have learned in class and apply them to my everyday life. One example of this is using active constructive responding and paying attention to the 4 different response types when having conversations with people.